All right, welcome. This last of chapter 9. We've talked a lot about influencers. That was our section in class, and then also our Generation Light video. And we've seen a lot of tools. The social media marketing stuff was what this is about. I already talked about how blogs themselves aren't as popular as they once were. I think we do YouTube now instead of blogs for the most part. We've chosen other formats if we want to express our feelings. But this was the initial kind of foray where people would blog about their opinions. And it allowed you, particularly if it was a corporate sponsored blog, allowed people that bought your products to go ahead and post on your blog. Certainly there's a higher level of risk with that, but it allowed for the two-way communication, which is kind of something you're looking for there. All right, so are you blogging about the brand? Are you blogging as an individual, but you're sponsored by the brand? Or are you just an individual speaking about the brand? Those are some of the interactive blogs that are out there. Now, I've shown you this before. This is Underwater Audio. And they have a blog page, and they have some fun things to do on it. And again, Hallie's there. That's not Hallie, that's somebody else, but that's a new little thing. So the most recent article in their blog is a guide to swim bugs, what it is you want. I think that's pretty good. This is not an interactive blog. I mean, that's nice. It's visually really pretty good, but it doesn't allow for you to write on it and say, no, I didn't have a good experience, and have them come back and tell you why you needed to have a better experience or other things you should look for on that. But I think they do a pretty good job in what they're trying to do with their blogs there. All right. Personal blogs, again, you can do it yourself down here, but if you're sponsored by a brand, it used to be you could just sneak in, but it turns out that they've changed the regulations now, and you have to say, hey, I'm sponsored by whatever this product is, instead of just saying, oh, this is a great product, my experience has been wonderful, which is down here. If you're not sponsored by anybody, you can say whatever you want, of course. But up here, you've got to, you've got to realize that they're paying you some money, and so you're going to go ahead and respond appropriately, set it up the way they want you to. Other things that happen online and stuff that we go to a lot is reading other people's reviews. Amazon is the #1 company that provides reviews out there. And I know when I look online, I tend to go ahead and look up all sorts of things. I tried to kick on it, but it popped to the other side of the page. So we'll see what happens after that. This is Rotten Tomatoes. Again, I'm going to have to. So this is Rotten Tomatoes. I can't tell you how excited I am to see Good Omens. I love that book. I'm not sure that Neil Gaiman is the one to leave it in his hands. Terry Pratchett was better, but he's passed away. I know it would have maintained kind of the levity that it has. Neil Gaiman has a tendency to get pretty dark. But anyway, Rotten Tomatoes, I use it all the time to decide whether a movie is one that I want to go to. Here's Rocket Man. It's got the tomato meter and an audience score. And I think it's kind of interesting because the tomato meter is the critics and the audience score is just you or I. Now, recently what had happened was that people were pumping in their own sort of reviews when they shouldn't. In other words, what was it? We have Aladdin over here at 56%, so it didn't hit the 60%, so it's a little bit below. If you look at their page, they have 56% from the critics, but 94% from the audience. Now, since it's a Disney property, Disney would pay people to write good things about it. So that audience, you can't see it's off the screen here, but that audience participation score would be artificially propped up. So Rotten Tomatoes has said they are only going to put up reviews of people that can prove they actually went to the movie. So they've changed that, so we have a little bit more confidence in it. But anyway, as we've talked about before, we as consumers have more confidence in the audience score than we do the actual tomato meter, because we know that critics look for different things. we might be just looking for a popcorn movie, and we're not, as you know, it's not, we don't have that critical eye. We're just looking for enjoyment, and so that's going to come out along those lines, perhaps. Okay, let me see if I can't pull up. There we go. So consumer-generated reviews, it's a great way to, particularly if they're positive. Amazon has a tendency, of course, to solicit them over and over again. I know anytime you buy something from them, then you get over the next month or two a whole bunch of requests about it. Viral marketing involves passing along a marketing message to others in some way through email normally. Well, by normally, I mean, we used to call it viral marketing all the time, and that was the way we did it. I got an email from somebody with some link in, well, not a link, it was the actual video back then, and I liked it so much I'd pass it on to somebody else who passed it on to somebody else, and it would spread like a virus, hence the name viral marketing. We don't necessarily do viral marketing that way anymore, but it is a form of word of mouth endorsement. It could be advertisements, could be hyperlinks, promotions, online newsletters, any of those things could be viral marketing. And so this here is a fun link to a company that I've highlighted in other classes called the Viral Factory. Well, it's not that fun if it doesn't come up right away. Well, it's having a hard time coming up, so I wasn't really gonna bounce around on it anyway, but you should. The link's in the slides, so you should look it up. There's some fun stuff there. I mean, when we talk about advertising we like, you've got to have a great advertisement for somebody to pass it on as their own. It's your favorite sort of microbrew, if you're into that sort of thing. It's your favorite ad that you've seen. You need to pass it on. Other things you could do to help make it successful, perhaps offer an incentive, make it more personal. Anyway, we're going to talk in the next chapter about alternative media and certainly alternative marketing methods, and certainly viral marketing is one that falls in that category. So why do we even care about brands? These are the top two reasons here. Just to keep up with the activities, what's happening, find out if there's any new things, what's happening with the products, what's happening with services. And there's some other things. I'm joining a community, I'm creating that sort of thing. Maybe to complain. Those are all the reasons that I might follow a brand. Anyway, that's this chapter, so we're going to be done with this chapter.